Okay, everybody, welcome back to the channel. We are back on the Rabbit project. So, as you can see, two things don't match here. Engine looks great. Transmission looks terrible. That thing's out of here. So, we need to pull this drivetrain back out so that way I can take the transmission mount off, take the transmission off, and then take this whole unit over to a local sandblaster to get it looking like that. Nice and new. So, we're going to do that. What we're going to have to do is adjust my dolly here, so that way, the next time I go to put this motor back in, I don't have to worry about picking it up with the cherry picker. And hopefully, if I do this right now, I shouldn't even have to worry about the cherry picker to take it back out. I should be able to simply lower it down, relieve the weight, pull the bolts out, and drop it. That's what we're going to try to do. So, let me go get some wood. We'll go fudge around with this a little bit and see if we can get it figured out. I'm going to have to go get some wood screws just to make sure this is done safely. Stand by. So as you can see, in resting position, we need to come up at least a 2x4, I would say. Let's see here. Yeah, that'll get her done. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go get some more boards, and we're going to screw this together. So real quick, before we take this off to get sandblasted, we got to drain this disgusting gear oil out of here, and we're going to change the shift tower so that way the O2J shift tower can get sandblasted while it's there. Kill two birds with one stone, or basically make sure I don't have to clean it. God, this fluid stinks! Yeah, this is kind of gnarly. So we're just going to let this drip for a second. I'm going to lean it over, get the rest of this crap out, and then we're going to go ahead and stand the transmission on this face, on the housing face. Pop out this shift tower, pop out the little VW logo on the bottom, swap out the O2J stuff, and then we'll load it up in the Q machine and take it on over to get blasted. Let's go do that now. right, so for this phase of things, we need to cut here. And what I think I'll do is I'll just follow this contour to make it look nice. But we need to cut that out so that it fits around the mount. I like this plate. No, it's not necessary, but I want the belt cover to fit. So that's what we're going to do. We'll obviously have to trim the belt cover to fit still. But for now, we're going to trim this out. And we got our safety glasses on, because I can't find my actual safety glasses, so we'll wear my big safety glasses. And we'll get this cut out. So let's do that. Alright, so now that we have the transmission back, this is all torqued up. What we're going to do is we're going to wheel this back over to the lift bay where I have a little more space, and we're going to pick this thing up with the crane, slam the transmission on there, take a picture for the customer, make sure he likes it in the raw, and if he does, then basically we're going to leave it together like that, and that'll be just fine and dandy. Yeah, that'll be good. And then all I'll have to effectively do is paint that because it's steel and I don't want it to rust. And yeah, pretty much ditto with the cups. Actually, we might just paint those today. Let's see about that. So one major item we got to deal with is getting the brake fluid out of here, get these lines off, and take the master cylinder off. I am not thinking yet that I'm going to take the booster off. I may. We're going to look at how hard it is to disconnect it from the cab. If it's hard to get off the pedal, we probably won't, but if it's not hard, then we'll probably take it off and get it cleaned up and repaint it because it looks kind of crappy. That said, I got to get my fluid extractor, get this crap out of here because it's disgusting, and it's also going to be an issue because I need to take off the master cylinder because I need a little more room. And you know what? I think we are going to take this booster off just because it'll make it a lot easier to run the wiring. So I guess that's what we'll end up doing. Let's get to that. Okay, so we have the master off. I have to go in the car and look at how the booster is attached. It should just be a little clipped on rod, easy peasy. And now I have to decide what to do over here. And I'm leaning towards making a single larger hole and using the original grommet from the Mark III to handle our wiring situation. So if I use this hole here, I can go swoop straight down, tuck everything nice and fancy underneath the frame rail here so no one has to look at it, with the exception of the fan control module, which I will have to obviously put somewheres. But I'm going to have to go get a hole saw for this and then be very careful with a backer as not to make this hole run into this one or this one. I think it will end up going up here more, which will be tough the way this panel is. I may have to use this one, which wouldn't be the end of the world. It's fine. But we will have to get this booster off and get it out of my way. I still have to take the dashboard out to get access to the HVAC and figure out how they have this thing wired, because I have brake fluid on my shoe. You can't see, but whatever. I have to get the dash out. That's where we're at. So we'll come back to this soon and see what we can get figured out here. But for now, we're going to look at fluid reservoirs, master cylinder, what else do I need? Steering components, and we'll get all that stuff ordered up. Okay, so here's where we're at. We got to go ahead and get the cover that I painted for this, throw the new gasket on, bolt it back on, and that'll be good. Got new seals finally for the output flanges, so we're going to put those on, and that'll be good. Righto, now that we have the transmission sealed back up, I guess now's a great time for us to go get the engine crane, and I will pick up the motor, and I will struggle, and I will put this transmission on, and yeah, I guess we can work on timing this engine up. And what we'll also do before we time the engine is readjust my dolly to hold everything with the stilts I have arranged for it, and then I'll be able to roll it under the car when that turret is off of my lift. Hooray. 4 problems. Anyways, let me get myself set up and we'll go pick this engine up. After a bit of fiddling around, time belt is on. I need a new tensioner tool because mine broke. I don't remember when, but it's broken. So we need one of those to get the tension tight. No big deal. For the time being, I think we're going to just pop the cap back on this and wheel it out of my way. And that's kind of where this is going to sit for now until we're ready to put it in the car. Now, I do suppose that if I really wanted to, I could just jack the car up and put it in, but I don't know if I feel like doing that. I'd kind of almost rather just use the lift, because I have to get in here and take off the steering rack anyways, because those shifter cables have to go behind it, and we have a brand new steering rack, new control arms, ball joints, all that fun jazz. So that's probably what we'll do next, and then we'll obviously put the wiring in. As you'll notice, there's one bigger hole in the firewall now. I got a hole saw kit, cut that out, and now that'll fit the Mark III grommet, so we can use the factory wiring harness boot, which is awesome. And the only thing that's holding me up now is I have to take this brake booster off, because I want to take this bracket off here, because it'll make it a lot easier to pass the wiring down under here for stealthiness sake. So that's what we're going to do. Anyhow, thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, go out there and build something cool, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.